Alright guys, welcome back to this episode of In the Garage, back on the 69 Dodge Dart. I wanted to see if I can get some stuff out of my way. I wanted to show y'all guys a little tip. When you're spot priming, what you don't want is a hard tape line. You don't want to put your tape down. See if I can piece. All right, sorry about the camera. All right. So you don't want to say you don't want to spray your primer back in here. We don't, because this car has already been jammed out. But when you're spot priming over to an edge, you don't want a hard edge. You don't want to spray all the way over to a tape line, because then you have a line in the primer you've got to try to sand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all a little tip that I learned several years back, and this will make it a whole lot easier. You end up with what's called a soft line, a soft edge. Much easier to sand out, and you're also keeping paint out of your jams at the same time. So I'm going to set you down, and we'll show you how this goes. Give me just a second to get everything set. All right. I'm going to set you right here, spread this out, point you up this way, just like so. All right, so say I've got a spot right here of bodywork right next to our opening in our door. The easiest way to go about doing that is if you'll tear you off a little piece of tape, take that tape sticky edge out and fold it back on itself and make you a nice crisp line. And what you're doing is basically making a V out of it. Now if you'll keep that V shut, slide it down in between your edges and sort of just put your finger right in the gap of the door and just go up. So now what you've got is you've got it taped good over here, you've got it taped good over here, and you've got an edge of your tape sticking up. So now you've got what's called a soft edge. You're just going to blow it up against that tape, and it's going to keep the paint also from getting inside your door jamb. So that's a neat little trick that I learned several years ago from a guy named Jerry. He owned Tim's Paint and Body, one of the first body shops I ever started painting for years and years ago. I don't know, 15 years ago or so. But that's just a quick, I've already got this one taped out, but that's just a quick little tip. I'm going to pause you, and while I'm paused, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down all these areas with some wax and grease remover, and when I bring you back, we'll be ready to spray some primer. Y'all hold tight. Alright guys, we got our primer mixed up. We've already checked our air pressure. You'll notice I had the air pressure turned way down to try to keep the overspray to a minimum. And we'll strap up, and I'm going to take you along with me. All right.
Probably should have done that from the other side, I guess. Let's see if we can reach it from over here. Oh yeah. All right. Hopefully I got enough for the back here. We'll see. Nope. All right, guys. I'm going to pause you. Mix up a little more primer. And I'll bring you back and we'll get them last few spots.
All right, guys, welcome back. We've left this thing set for 10 or 12 minutes. And we're going to go put our second coat on it. After that, we'll come back probably this coming weekend, and we'll block sand the entire car with 400 grit, and then we'll make sure that we get around our round edges, all of our round edges in here. We didn't sand those yet, and some of our round edges up here, we haven't sanded any of that yet around our bosses there for our windshield wipers. All of our round edges, make sure our edges here are rounded off real nice. And after that, it'll be time to seal the whole car, and then we'll section the car off when we paint it. But I'm going to go ahead and put this second coat of primer on, and we'll call it end to this video. car is now got all its places primed that needs to be primed. My primer, I'm using a Featherlight Evercoats G2 series. It's it mixes a little different than a lot of you guys out there are used to spraying. I've done a video on how to mix it. If you'll go back through this Dodge Dart paint job, you'll find that video. I won't go into it on this one, but look that video up, and I'll show you how to mix that primer. I'm using my HVLP DeVelbus primer gun. It's a 1.8 fluid needle. And if you haven't already, go back and look at those videos on this Dodge Dart if you haven't, and that'll catch you up to where we're at now. But as always, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit your notification button so you'll be notified every time I put a video out. Hit that like and share. Help me build this this channel. And until the next video, guys,